So y'all know my wife and I went to Hawaii for our anniversary. I posted a video on social media, primarily on Instagram and Facebook. I don't share a whole lot of family stuff on Twitter because y'all crazy over there. And so my wife and I, when we got married like as soon as the pandemic started, because we initially had plans to get married like that June, but because everything shut down, we didn't know what was going on. We just kind of had to like move some things around. So we got married in April. But we didn't do anything because maybe like a month after we got married, we found out we were pregnant. So it's been like, right? And my relationship with the Lord in these last few years has been very like, I don't want to call it distant, but it's different. I don't really know how to describe it, but the ways that I pursued him, the ways that I engaged him, I threw all that out because all of it was triggering. I was having the same conversation with a friend, and I was like, yo, everything that I was taught to do to get to God is triggering. Worship is triggering. Being in my word is triggering. Listening to sermons is triggering. Being around other believers is triggering. Being around church culture and Christian community is triggering. The language that is used is triggering. The way that some of them dress is triggering. The music is triggering. So when everything's a trigger, how do you get to God? When everything that they tell you how you get to God reminds you or produces anxiety, mistrust, a wall. And so I didn't do anything. And I told God, hey, you know why I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this because I'm mad at you. And if I am mad at you, let's figure that out. My questions my questions and my curiosity and my uncertainty ran so deep. Sometimes you can just fool yourself. And I'm like, I don't think I'm mad at you, but I might be. And if I am, so what? I'm mad at you. Now what? You know what I'm saying? Like normally, we talked about performative theology last week. And so sometimes I would be like, because I didn't want to perform, I didn't do anything. And I'm still that way very much. I don't want to do anything because I don't even want to feel like I'm performing. You know what I'm saying? So when we took this trip to Hawaii, because I told my wife, we were trying to figure out what we was going to do. We was trying to go to Miami. We was trying to make some trips work. And I just decided one day I said, look, I don't want to go to Miami. I feel like Miami is secondary. I want to go to Hawaii. I used to live there. I want to go see my old house. I want to go see my old school. I want to bask in that weather, that culture. Excuse me. I want to go to Hawaii. So we going to figure this out to go to Hawaii. And I just got on my grind immediately. And what's funny is the Lord met me at my determination. So opportunities to make more money came up. Getting things at a discount. The round trip tickets that I got for Hawaii were pennies. Pennies. I didn't pay a whole lot for the tickets. But the Lord made it so to where not only were we able to go, we were able to go pretty comfortably. Like we pretty much got to do whatever we wanted. And when we got there, our hotel got upgraded for free. So I bought the basic room and he was like, nah. if you hear my 2-year-old. It's funny. But why is my okay? So I knew when we got to Hawaii, or when I had that determination, I felt like God had something for me there. I said, okay, Lord, like whatever you got for me there, like I'm not really putting no weight on it. I'm just gonna see what's up. Whatever you got for me is what you got for me. Amen. So the room that we got was a view of this mountain called Diamond Head. And then off to the right was the ocean. So we're flying into Hawaii. First of all, we're flying in. And of course, because Hawaii is out in the middle of the ocean, you're flying over the ocean. So I'm looking at my plane and I'm just seeing all these waves. Seeing all these individuals, these lines of waves. And I said, I wonder how many waves out in this endless ocean are there? And my immediate thought was, God knows how many waves there are. That's dope. Not only does he know how many waves there are, he knows the drops of water, like he knows all this stuff. That's dope. Didn't think nothing of it. Then we got the upgrade to the hotel room. Get to the hotel room. Our sleep was just done because we were 5 hours behind. Was it 5 hours? Yeah, it's 5 hours. So then that next morning, I was up at like 4 a.m. So my wife goes to the gym. Gym is 24 hours. My wife goes to the gym in the hotel, and I go sit on the balcony. I'm just listening to the ocean. I'm just listening to the ocean. Okay, listen to the ocean. And I said, all right, God, I know, I feel like you have something for me. What is it? And immediately what comes to mind, and I'm not finna sit up here and act like God just like communicates with me the same way that I communicate with a person who's sitting in the same room as me. That is not the case at all. So I don't even want to put that onus. But this is one of the times where I felt like communication was pretty clear. So immediately he puts the waves back in my head. So when you look out into the ocean, if you're looking out, right, all you see is a line. You don't know how far out that goes. The ocean is so far out, there's literally just a straight line. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I wonder how far out that ocean goes. God knows. And I'm seeing the waves come in. And I said, man, I wonder how deep the water is. Like what's the bottom of the ocean? We seen that in the news today, right? Folks in that submarine are at the bottom of the ocean, literally. At the bottom. They know how deep it goes. And look what happened. They're at the bottom of the ocean. They not even supposed, like, they can't even exist down there, right? God knows how deep the ocean is. There are animals. I wholeheartedly believe, I have no biblical evidence to support this, but I wholeheartedly believe that there is that there are creatures in the sea that we do not know. I wholeheartedly believe that we just don't know who they are. They have not been identified by man because they are so deep that like we can't go there and identify them. I just believe that. But God knows each and every creature that swims, not even just like the type, but like each fish, each crustacean, each everything. He knows exactly where they are at all times. Even the ones that's like in complete darkness, he knows exactly where they are. And I was just like, why am I worried? Whatever I'm worried about. Because those creatures, those waves, that length of the ocean, that depth of the ocean, it fully functions. It is its own universe. It is its own ecosystem. Food is supplied for them. They can breathe in that space. They can hide. They know how to navigate. They know where to stay. They know where their enemies are. All that stuff. They know where everything is. Why am I worried? They are completely taken care of. Why am I worried? Whatever I'm worried about, why am I worried about it? To piggyback off of what I shared last week, being the head of my household and the leader of my family, I am burdened with the responsibility of provision. So I have to provide financially. I got to make sure that there's a roof over our heads, there's food in the kitchen, there are clothes available. I have to provide emotionally. I have to provide emotionally. I have to check in with my kids. I have to affirm my wife. I have to provide physically. I have to be present. I need to be here. When I am here, I establish, I set, all of that stuff. That comes from me. I provide spiritually. I give guidance. I give wise counsel to my family so they can go out and they can be successful and contribute to the world in the way that they are supposed to. So I'm always burdened with the responsibility of provision. And God says, I got you. So let me tell y'all, I realized in that moment, to B Plus's point, shout out B Plus, to his point, I was like, oh, that's how I connect to God. I don't connect through music. I don't connect through worship. I'm honest, I don't really connect to his word like that. Like his word doesn't speak to me, doesn't jump out at me. And I've been saved for almost 20 years. I connect to God through nature. I look at blades of grass and say, God knows exactly how many blades of grass are here on the ground. God put a tree right here. And that tree, its purpose is to provide oxygen. No, let me tell y'all. Let me tell y'all.